All of a sudden it got rough again. You know, earlier today the sun actually came out and it was pretty nice, but now here around 5:30 the winds have kicked up. It is really starting to get dark again here, and it just seems like Joaquin, while still hundreds of miles off the coast, those outer bands still strong enough for people here in Ocean City to feel an impact. But the big deal going on here all day today, and in fact actually started yesterday, is the cleanup from the nor'easter and those outer bands of Joaquin blowing all that sand onto the boardwalk and other places all around Ocean City. When we get a storm like this, we have three kinds of problems. We have wind damage, we have beach erosion, and we have flooding. In this case, we saw all three, although none of them were all that serious. Very, very minimal damage to buildings from the high winds we saw during this storm. We did see flooding, mostly on the bay side, which we often see in Ocean City, but most of that water has now receded and is just a little bit of a cleanup there. Beach erosion also not that serious. So what we've got from this storm basically are massive piles of sand that workers here in Ocean City have to get back onto the beach.
And we were very concerned because on top of the nor'east storm that we had, to get hit back to back with a storm that had the potential that Joaquin did could have really caused us some major problems. So we still had to go through 3 or 4 days of the nor'easter and some extremely high tides, particularly bayside, had some moderate flooding. But really, as we do our assessment of damages, there's very few damages. We're very, very fortunate.
Very, very fortunate that this is about as strong as we're going to feel from Joaquin. If this thing got any closer, I would not want to be here much longer. Looking out into the ocean off the inlet, you can see the surf is still very high, very rough. The winds sustained about what we felt yesterday, maybe 20 to 30 miles an hour, sustained winds with gusts going even higher than that. But as you heard, the damage from the storm, from the nor'easter that we felt really all weekend, ends up being minimal in Ocean City. And the big thing is the cleanup for the events that are going on later this week, a classic car show that begins Wednesday here at the inlet in Ocean City. The inlet parking lot had to be cleared off. They've managed to do that. So the effects from these storms have been minimal. Live in Ocean City, Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.
Hey, Christian, I got to talk to you about this picture that you sent back about the how many dolphins have you seen out there?
Well, you know, Disco Don Harrison's always looking when he's shooting my live shots, and as he's doing that, the dolphin literally photobombed my live shot. It just went behind me, and you know, Don was able to get a shot of it going by. I mean, it's pretty cool. We were talking about it in the truck. You wonder if the dolphins notice any difference between the conditions when they're like this or when they're more calm out there. That particular dolphin did not seem to mind, Jamie.
You got blown in. Oh, this is way too close. All right, Christian, thank you for bringing us Ocean City closer to home.